you getting your specific person, or you and any other manifestation that you could ever want, because your higher self, your God state, has already done it. And an easy way to think of that is just to think of your God state is a God, right? You would say God could never not do something. God could never not be something. God has to be everything at every single time. And so if that's the power that you are drawing from, and you're able to pick and choose what you embody here, that's your conditioned consciousness. But at the same time, you can't ever be separated from this unlimited abundance. It's physically and spiritually impossible. That's why sometimes when we focus on self-concept, it's a hard idea to conceptualize, only because you're working on your self-worth, but you could never be unworthy. It's impossible to be unworthy. But anyway, when we think of conditioned consciousness and how this actually relates to having your specific person think of you more, remember, as soon as this is understood, you'll realize that you are an actor or an actress that is just drawing and picking a character to play. And with the actor or actress, like I believe I've done in another video, I talk about this metaphor because I absolutely love it. The actor or actress never has to alter the character into a different character. They just act as the different character immediately. They just immediately assume a different role. And so right now, you are basically, or that is the key to quantum leaping and manifesting what you want right now. Your reality cannot behave any differently than from the state that you are currently in. And so if you are acting right now as the individual who is single, and I mean acting as in portraying the character of someone who is single, then you can just choose a different character that is coming from the unlimited consciousness, and you can condition that to be your current state. So conditioning just means that we're doing something over and over again in order to further ingrain that within our mind. So the only reason that you feel you are you is because you've been you every single day. Right? You've assumed this state. It's like being this actor or actress and going on stage and picking to play the same exact role every single day. Sometimes when offered a different role or having the thought of playing something different, it becomes uncomfortable and we start to think of it as very strange or very weird. Now, it's not outside of your realm to do. Any actor or actress can play any particular role that they want, but it might feel uncomfortable, which leads you to just go back to your normal, everyday, automatic character that you're playing. But understanding that that's not what you actually have to do is going to be the key to altering your state, acting as someone different, and then seeing your specific person show up differently. I know it almost sounds too simple to be true, but that's exactly how it is. So I just wanted to clarify something as well with the actor or actress. Remember, they never change a character into a different character, they just assume a different role. So in essence, if they were to play a character who shows up as a lawyer, and in the next scene, they have to play a character that shows up as a teacher, they don't have to transition or change those characters into each other. They just play a different role. And sometimes, because I think this is one of the only things that you need to understand in manifestation to have a true impact, you're never changing your single state into a relationship state. You are choosing a different state. In the same way, think of the lawyer. If you were to take a lawyer and turn them into a teacher, or even more intensely, turn a lawyer into a pirate or something like that, or a fairy or whatever, in that essence, those seem very different from each other. The fact of a lawyer turning into a pirate is like a night and day effect, and you have to change a lot about the individual. But what if instead, as the actor or actress, you just chose to play a different role in that moment? So right now, instead of playing the single role, you play the role of hello, little boys, little toys. When we understand it's just a choice as easy as that, we'll be able to choose it, and then you'll be able to understand your specific person, and your reality can change right here and right now. There's actually nothing stopping this. And as you do this, your perception of everything is going to change. And this is actually another understanding of how you're able to go throughout your day embodying the state without feeling overly excited, overly ecstatic, because a lot of times that's what people think of as the end state. They think they have to be constantly happy, constantly excited, constantly feeling as if they already have it. But it's in a state that kind of goes around you, just like something that you would put in your pocket. If you took something, a coin, and you put it in your pocket, it would remain there whether you are conscious of it or not. And so that's the same thing when it comes to the state. And so as you begin to alter your state, your perception would change. Think of the example of the lawyer and the pirate. If you go throughout your day as a lawyer, how do you actually look at your reality? Right? It would be very different than if you went throughout your day looking at your reality as a pirate. A pirate would be so would be so confused with how things are going. The everything would be so advanced to a pirate. They would go to a supermarket and maybe just steal everything in there because that's what a pirate does. But a lawyer would not do that. The way that they would perceive it as perceiving their job or perceiving how they interact with people would immediately be different. But that's the same thing with being single or being in a relationship with your specific person. There is no difference. Your perception will change. And the perception that you have in your reality is like a sense of being. And that sense of being is what actually creates. Think of it more internally of how a single person and someone in a relationship would actually view their reality. A single person may see more people on the street as being single. They might look at people in a relationship and view them in a negative way. They might see things in relation to Valentine's Day and seemingly immediately think of them as something negative. But instead, the individual that's in a relationship sees the exact opposite. They see people in a relationship everywhere, and when they do see people in a relationship, they relate to them. They assume and are happy for them. They see them as a reflection of themselves. And when they see things in relation to Valentine's Day, they're able to celebrate love rather than worry about it. And so the perception on your reality is more closely related to the sense of being than some ecstatic feeling that you have. Because think of that conditioned consciousness that you feel you are at this current moment, right? You feel you are fill in the blank. You are your name. And throughout the day, you don't feel ecstatic that your name is your name. You don't feel ecstatic or overly excited that your reality is the way it is. It just is that way, right? That's just the character that you're playing. And when you think of an actor or actress playing a character, let's say they're playing a pirate, in that case, they're also not overly ecstatic or overly empowered or emotional about the state that they're in. They just are. And so that's what manifesting actually is. And that's how your state of being is going to change your reality. And as always, I always want to include a success story that showcases just this. So here's a couple texts I received from someone I was working with. The first one's on the bottom because of the way the notifications work.
Hello, little boys, little toys.
Doing good. Just a quick update. My specific person and I are doing good. He's starting to be more lovey.
Hey, hello. I'm okay. How are you? Do you play video games now? No. Yeah, I'm decided to start my new hardcore character. So let's give it a shot, right? What games are you playing? Oh, do you like Five Nights at Freddy's? Oh, I'm from Russia, and I'm a little bit scared to play horror games, so I prefer something less threatable and maybe a little bit more casual to play. And World of Warcraft is my favorite game also, so yeah. Also, you have name Natalia. You have Russian or Ukrainian descent, maybe. Where is auto loop here? Auto loop. Sure, you can ask. What do you mean? You like buttons down to the stream? You mean? Well, it's reasonable ask question. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. But I guess I don't know great templates to use. What will be efficient to use as a design. So yeah, maybe it's reasonable to change something. Um, Not very often, but you can type here your Discord name if you want. If you provide some design services, I'm gladly resign your Discord nickname. Oh, okay. Um, I can do it later, but I'll remember your nickname because it's the same as your Twitch nickname, so it's no problem to remember your nickname. Yeah. Why don't you stream yourself? Or you streaming from time to time?
With me and can't get enough of me. Then commented after with a picture that I can't show because it kind of shows where they're at. But he bought me these and delivered them to my job today. And we have been hanging out almost every day now. And then in the right, which I can't necessarily show because it's going to show exactly where they're at. And I don't want anyone to feel singled out by any of my success stories, but it shows a huge bouquet of flowers. And so this individual was working with this concept of moving and acting in a different state. Before this point, their specific person was not showing up as that individual. And I would even say kind of showing up as the opposite or in the middle. I don't want to go into too much detail, but there's third parties, there's distance, there's no contact, things like that that were impacting their own manifestation. But by changing the role, changing how you're acting, changing your sense of being, and not acting as an action, but acting as in your character, you are going to see a result of this. This is why I titled this video, the more you watch this video, the more your specific person is going to be thinking about you. Because just by watching this video, you are going to understand, hopefully, and maybe you need to watch it again, that's okay, how easily it is to transition out of your current state or your current character and into the character of being with your specific person. Or for that matter, if that even feels kind of hard to do, you can actually do this for literally anything, right? You can transition into the character of wealth, transition into the character of happiness, of abundance, of literally anything that you want to choose. You can choose it right now. In the same way, an actor or actress is a perfect and flawless individual at this, but the only thing is they feel as if they're pretending, right? But in the moment, I bet they wouldn't feel as if they're pretending. But on stage, they feel this character, but they still understand that behind it all, they're actually the actor or actress. And that's the same thing with you. Behind this imagined state that you're in, behind this sense of being or who you feel you are, so this conditioned consciousness, you are the actor or actress that is fluid. That's your higher self. You can be anything. You hand yourself a script and you become that individual. That's you right now. And so you are not limited. There is no limitation that you feel as if you can have. That's why, as well, when we think of circumstances in your reality that are working against you, remember, every single outcome imaginable is created and is already done by your higher self or your God state. So the idea of not being able to overcome a circumstance or having individual things occur as a result of your manifestation, all of those are possible. So there's a reality in which you're with your specific person effortlessly. You're with your specific person after struggle. You're with your specific person after a third party or any other in-between state that you can imagine. There is no limit to the infinite amount of ways in which your God state has already achieved it. So whatever state or opportunities or bridge of events that you are currently experiencing, they're all capable and within your imagination, but you're picking and choosing which state or which bridge or which outcome that you want to achieve. Now, I would say the quickest way is to not focus on the how or when and just act as that individual. Because when you act as that individual, your God state, your subconscious mind, your higher self is going to choose the quickest way to get you to that outcome, which is the same way. If you want to go to the airport, you take out your phone and you put in the GPS and it chooses immediately the quickest way to the airport or whatever destination you want. That's why we're never actually meant to worry about how or when. And so if we can understand this idea, everything will fall into place automatically and almost as if it's like magic, because manifestation is not magic. It is a result of your subconscious mind and your conscious or not conscious, your subconscious way of thinking that is supplanted or implanted by your conscious mind. But when you understand that you are an actor or actress, it makes everything literally effortless. If you did have any questions, make sure to comment them down below, as well as I want you to comment an affirmation so you can manifest exactly what this person did in their success story and just write, me and my specific person have been hanging out almost every day now. Because I mentioned this before, but I've found whenever I showcase a success story, people usually manifest things very similar to it. And it kind of works, I would imagine, like the 4-minute mile, meaning someone said you can't run a mile in under 4 minutes. And then as soon as someone ran a mile under 4 minutes, countless people within the next year were able to do it. So I think with these success stories, they showcase a possibility that you have within you right now to create with your specific person. And so comment that down below to really set it in stone. If you did have any questions that you didn't want to post publicly and wanted to send to me personally, head over to kyleaugustcoaching.com. As always, thank you so much for stopping by today. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing. And I can't wait to see you in my next video tomorrow. And make sure to rewatch this video if any part of it makes no sense. I know someone commented on one of my recent videos that I sometimes talk too fast because I really like these ideas and I love sharing them. So in this video, I tried as hard as I could to slow it down, break it down so that it makes sense for everyone, because once this makes sense and once it clicks, it is going to immediately change your reality. Representation of a previous state, and you don't have to worry about changing it because it's just a reflection of you. In the same way, and I've probably used this metaphor in almost every video, but in the same way of a mirror, your mirror is your best friend and just wants to reflect exactly what you're putting in front of it. And so, if you want to put something different in front of the mirror, you never actually have to alter the image. The image is loyal to you in the same way your 3D reality is loyal to you. It's like every day is Christmas and it's going to give you the exact gift that you are wanting or asking of it. And it will bring it to you immediately as soon as you understand this. So basically, there's nothing to detach from. That entirely is an illusion. And you don't have to worry about being overly obsessed with your outcome, because obsessing and getting into the state of being with your specific person is good. If you think about people who do massively amazing things in very short periods of time, what would they say is the reason behind it? They would say an obsession or a passion, right? A passion and obsession are really good amounts or pools of energy that can take you to where you want to go in the quickest way possible. I know a lot of the times we think we're not supposed to obsess over our outcome, but you can obsess and love, like overly love and desire your specific person. But obsessing over the 3D, that's where then it becomes an issue or a problem. It's kind of like, think of going in front of that mirror and then being really happy with the outfit that you're wearing. That's good. Having passion and obsession over how amazing you look, how attractive you are, how desirable you are as a result of that, that's good. But seeing yourself wearing something and obsessing over the mirror altering its image then creates a negative state. And the wild thing is, I have a success story that I want to show you today that perfectly describes this. Now, I don't have a specific screenshot of it because it happened during a coaching session, but I think it is still helpful nonetheless. And it also shows how your reality is at this current moment trying to bring everything you could ever want into your life. So this person had their lease agreement about to go up on their apartment that they were currently living in, and they were looking for something else. And their current arrangement was with other people, so they kind of couldn't bring in their specific person, which at this moment in time they were manifesting. But so then they're touring these apartments, doing all of these things, which I know you're probably saying, Kyle, what does this have to do with our specific person? How is this in relation? But they were looking for this house or apartment, and they get this random call from this individual, this real estate agent, trying to get them to go to a particular apartment. Now, I don't want to describe this apartment. Let's just say it's a high-rise apartment in a building, but this real estate agent was trying to get them specifically to tour this, asking them when they're available, basically very urgently requesting that they tour this apartment. But at the end of the day, they were thinking about it and they weren't able to actually make it. They decided to do something else instead or go someplace else. And the crazy thing is, this is where showing that your reality is always working out for you. Their specific person then posts on their story later that day, them touring the same exact apartment. So think about that. Think of the coincidence, a coincidence of their reality bringing them and their specific person together. Now, this, I would say, is a perfect divine guidance of how basically showing your reality wanting you to get to the outcome that you want. And the only problem is our disillusionment of us thinking that our reality isn't always working out for this. Because if this individual would have went to that showing, they would have ran into their specific person and created the entire reality that they wanted, right? Living with their SP. That's currently why they were actually leaving their current place or weren't able to stay at their current place. They needed a different place because they imagined being with their specific person in that apartment. And so what better way to do this than to not only bring or show them a bunch of opportunities for a new place, but also have their specific person show up at the exact same place. Now, this is a very similar story that I mentioned previously because it shows not the same story, but a story about an individual who had this essence or urge to go to a tea shop, and then their specific person showed up there. So these are just examples of how your reality is constantly working out for you. And it's okay if you don't act on a divine guidance. Like, for example, this occurring is going to, whether or not we think about it, actually be the best outcome for their manifestation because they particularly did this, and you wouldn't actively do something if it wasn't to the best effect. But anytime you find yourself in a divine inspiration, I would say to go for it, because if we don't go for it, we don't delay our manifestation, but we kind of miss out on these awesome opportunities that our reality and our state is trying to manifest for us. Now, you could go deep into it thinking of it as like an upper limit problem, meaning our mind actively sometimes avoids things that we know would be really good for us. Because imagine running into your specific person at this apartment while you are touring it, right? That would be maybe you'd be almost too nervous, maybe too surprised. You might not feel ready. Now, you're always ready. And so, but this is just an example of how our mind can start. Your mind will trick you not to do the things that you are divinely guided to do, but just act it out. It's okay if you're feeling uncomfortable in the state, because everything is always working out for you. Remember, your 3D is your best friend. It's trying to take you to your specific person in the quickest way possible. So if you can remember that, you can act on this divine guidance, and then you can act these particular actions and that will take you directly to your specific person. And so what I want you to do on this video is comment a very good affirmation that helps us remember that our 3D is our best friend. So you can comment, my 3D is my best friend and always taking me exactly where I need to go. Or my 3D is my best friend and it's taking me directly to my specific person. Any affirmation that implies your 3D is working for you rather than against you, because I guarantee you your 3D is trying to get you to where you want to go in the quickest way possible. There is absolutely no question about it. If you did have any questions on this idea, make sure to comment them down below. Remember, you can also reach out to me personally on my website if you did want to send me a question you didn't want to post publicly at kyleaugustcoaching.com. Or if you needed help acting out those divine guidances that I guarantee you are speaking to you right now in your reality. Thank you so much for liking this video today. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you in my next video tomorrow. What's going on, guys? I had a hard time scheduling it, so I'll kind of wait for everyone to hop in. During because I was, again, last time I think I was able to schedule the actual live, but then I tried to do it this time. What's up, Cassie? I tried to do it this time, and it tried to like do a stream or something for me. What's up, Kaylin? How's everyone doing? What's up, Cassie again? How you guys doing today? You excited? Today we're actually going to be talking about some like huge mental shifts, or basically why in your reality right now as it is, your specific person is absolutely meant for you. Like, and it is not a question of if, it is a question of, well, I guess it's a question of if we're going to totally understand that. What's up, Rosie? What's up, AMS? What's up, Kevin? What's up, Patrick? How's everyone doing today? Really quickly, too, before we dive into anything, is everyone what are you guys looking forward to in the eclipse? What's going on? Are you guys gonna be watching that if you guys are in the US? I know it's going straight through Dallas. Someone I was actually coaching with, what's up, Anna? Is going to just doesn't have to do anything. And because the eclipse is like a really, really cool time or place in which you could manifest, get into the power. I've heard it is extremely, extremely spiritual to the point where people will be people were said that they would cry when they actually heard or saw, I guess not heard, you can't hear an eclipse, when they saw the eclipse. And so that's absolutely, absolutely bizarre in that. So I'll let you guys know because I'm gonna do so today we're doing this live, and then the next couple days I'll actually be out of town to go see the eclipse because where I'm at, you can see like a partial eclipse, but I wanted to see the full eclipse because I wanted to let you guys exactly in on what's going on. So Cassie says we'll be in Niagara Falls. So is it going through there? In there. Thanks everyone too for the likes on the stream as well. So we'll dive into it as well, and feel free at any point in time to just let me know any questions, any comments that you have every single moment. What you guys let me know too, what you are doing for. So I'll be in Ohio, so I have to go to Ohio for. So all my Ohio people, where are you at? I'll be in Ohio for the eclipse. It'll be really cool. It'll be fun. It'll be well. I mean, hopefully it'll be fun. I'm trying to. I don't know if you guys too have any. Again, this is totally side topic, and then we'll definitely get further into it. But let me know. You guys have any tips of the eclipse? What's up, Christina? How's it going? So I actually made this live open for everyone, but just members can comment. So Kevin, Ohio. I love that. I love that. All right. So the whole idea of this, yeah, no, Kevin said don't stare at it directly. I know that's one thing. That's really good advice right there, and that's actually what I was thinking of because someone I saw a video that was like I'm like kind of scared to even look at it because someone said they looked at it for 6 seconds, like because when it's the total eclipse, so if you're in the shadow of it, you can look at it because there is no UV kind of going against it or with it. But any other time, you're looking at the sun. And so I was like, even after I saw a video that was like, do not look at it. Someone looked at it for 6 seconds and damaged their retina. I was like, all right, I don't need to take time to manifest that So Christina gets special glasses, the ones approved by NASA. Okay, okay. I actually do have glasses, like the glasses for it, and they're crazy. You can't see anything out of them. I took my like phone flashlight and shined it up to them, and I literally could not see. All you could see is this little speck of this little light coming through it. Um, all right, Kevin, cool. Caught the last one 8 years ago. Okay, okay. Anna says make a video. Um, here you don't see anything. Okay, absolutely, I will. That's kind of my goal was like to think of how to create or make a video in alignment with the eclipse. So I'll definitely be doing that. I got some other kind of things because I actually have a lot of changes kind of coming to this channel, to everything happening, to the memberships. I want to revamp the memberships, revamp all the videos. I want to basically give and create the most amount of content that I absolutely possibly can with the best information. I want you to watch my video and instantly manifest. That's kind of my goal, but we'll send updates, or I'll give you kind of updates on that as well. Um, what's up, Lee? How's it going? Christian says, "Go to a high place so you can see how the lights of the city turn on and then off again, or in nature." That's a really really cool idea. I love that. I love that. I'm definitely gonna try that because I was like, I don't really know where you would go to actually like where you would like where's the best place? Like, do you want to be in an open field? Do you want to be in a forest? Because I know like apparently through the trees it acts like a filter and you can see these really fun shadows at the bottom. I heard that was something as well. I don't know if that's true or not, but you guys are the experts. So all right, I'll Google it. Kevin with the best info. Google it. Okay, I got it. I'll ask AI to tell me how to do it. How about that? But so right now, the way we're going to change our perception, because the whole idea of this and understanding why you are already the perfect match for your specific person, and this isn't clickbait, this isn't something crazy, different, odd, weird. It literally is the truth of your reality. And someone actually commented, and I almost want to, I think I lost it, I believe. But someone commented something on my Instagram, and I was like, I definitely want to make sure. How would I do that? Do you guys know how I would find a comment that I replied to? Because there's a bunch of comments I get. I'll probably be able to find it. Okay, there we go. Um, how do I think it's that one? There we go. So when it comes to, and this is like really cool because it's a like a structure of how we kind of view our reality. So this is what the comment said, and I wanted to touch on it because I want to make sure nobody kind of feels this way, because your reality is so much more abundant. I guess I'll kind of like just rephrase it. So basically, the idea was that when I say you can be with your specific person, there's this thought, like the term, or someone used like, they're like, I kind of feel bad because it feels like false hope. And I go into detail about how your reality is what you want to make it. And whenever we think this is false hope, this can't happen, I can't manifest in an hour, I can't manifest in a day, I would not worry about time, because when you're with your specific person, you're not going to care about how much time it took. But what I wanted to really go into was this idea of like false hope. And I gave a personal story on this. It was just on my Instagram. It wasn't like that in depth, but I wanted to bring a personal story about how our reality is what we make of it, and how we can perceive this false hope, but it's actually all coming from us. So they're basically stating that they all of like everyone telling them that they can manifest their specific person, they felt as if it was a form of like, there was like false hope, like I can't do it, this and that. And what I mentioned, and anyone in here kind of feeling that way, definitely let me know in the comments if you feel as if sometimes this feels too good to be true. Oh yeah, what's up, Nessie? Almost missed you there. um I don't think Masha's here yet, Patrick. But we're gonna have a, never mind. I was gonna go into the membership idea, but I think we'll leave that to a surprise of like the revamping of it. And so what I wanted to say was I felt that way in the past. I felt the same exact way. I remember when like years ago when I was thinking about manifestation or thinking about creating, like I always naturally just had a positive attitude towards everything. Like I could always tell that something actually, there's something in feeling and acting and presuming and assuming as if you already have it. Like that was something I always understood and always knew for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe I just ran into it as a kid or had those assumptions automatically, or they were told to me. But I would always remember the fact of thinking that things can or cannot happen instantaneously really has nothing to do with the possibility, right? Because when we state, because a lot of us would kind of think that, and I thought that in the past. I was like, you can't, you like, that's awesome. Yeah, law of assumption states you can manifest something instantly. This is me in the past. And I was like, yeah, but you can't. That can't actually happen, can it? But I realized that it was my own limiting beliefs being reflected. And so I thought that same thing. Again, the same exact thing of how I don't think this is gonna like that can't happen. Like there, how do you manifest in 30 seconds? But as a kid, I was extremely logical. Like my brain was very nope. How it has to physically